Right, Monday morning, we're back at it. And today we're here with, this is basically going to be the cellar of the pub. It was all wired and built to start with, but they knocked it down and rebuilt it. Obviously made it a lot better. And it does look 10 times better. And luckily, we've parked up right next to the entrance, should we say. So we've got Rocco sitting there, keeping an eye. Is that all right? Good lad. So what we want to do, we've only got single phase stuff in here, which we've confirmed. So we're going to put a new board up. Might be a bit dark for now, but we're going to put a new board up there somewhere, and then put double sockets in convenient places along the wall for all the equipment for the cellar, and then double sockets along there with lighting and emergency lighting, which, as you can tell, I've started wiring it already. I threw a few cables in, basically. Getting towards the end of the day, I didn't clip them, but all in here as well is gonna get dot and dabbed. So we're gonna dot and dab the area, and so we're gonna put this capping over the cables, which we didn't have any of the oval trunking, so the capping will do. And then in this area through here, because that's obviously the cellar, we're gonna have a washing machine, tumble dryers, all in there. Oh, and also as well, I better watch this back so I remember, there's an aircon unit going the other side of that wall, but I've got to confirm whether it's going down low or up high, which I would have thought it will go down low rather than up high, but we'll just check and confirm. So in here as well, we've got fridges all along this back wall, and then some sockets along there as well for a worktop, obviously one underneath for maybe fridges as well, and then possibly some fridges underneath there for the counter, because this is going to be the outside bar. Oh, with a couple of outside lights, which I've also wired in with an emergency light. And the pigeons have decided to try and make a nest, so we've got to get them out of the way. So yeah, it looks a mess like that. Oh, look at them. They've tried to make nests everywhere. So yeah, we'll get rid of that whilst we're here. Oh my God. Bringing their bloody twigs in. Right. But then what my plan is to banding it up onto the rafters, because it will keep it out the way of the insulation that's going to go in there as well. So yeah, quite a bit to do, but my first plan of attack is to mark out on the wall where things want to go with a pencil or a pen, probably a pen really, at the right heights, fix all the boxes, so then get them wired and get them capped. So yeah, a lot to do, boiling hot. I don't know if this dude wants to switch places. You want to do this and I'll do that? He's in relaxed mode now, isn't he? You're looking at me like you don't care, Rocco. Yeah, he doesn't care. He's got his fan in there, and we've got the shade on there, so, and it's meant to be boiling hot today. So I'm glad I can keep an eye on him just here, because if it gets too hot, I'm going to bring him inside. So to mark my sockets up to start with, what I've measured out is where they want to go. And I'm going to put a double socket at a sort of a higher height, because in the cellar there was equipment all put against the wall, so we want a higher height socket, like a waist height, and one low down. But this one's just going to be waist height, this one's going to be waist height and low down as well, so there's going to be plenty of sockets in here for equipment, and then the same on that side as well. Yeah, basically, so there's sockets everywhere. So I've just marked up where they want to go, and then I'm going to get these level and then mark up where my sockets want to go to start with, so I can cut them out nice and neat. And the switch drop over there as well. And I think that should be it. We can start throwing some cables in. That is the plan. I'm going to get these level first. Basically, what I'm going to do, if this comes down the wall, I'll put a couple of nails in there to hold it level, and then mark out where the sockets want to go. So I'm going to do that now. Right, and to start with, to make my life easier, let's get a little raw plug on that. And then I'm going to use this to put in anywhere, because I'm going to fix a bit of this to the wall. Oh. This. Oh, let's get 2 of these out because we're going to need them anyway. That, scrap that off. And I'm just going to get this on here. Temporary. Yeah, it's held up on there. Because what I want is to get this so I can move it up and down and see my levels is the plan. Well, ain't going to be level, is it? So I need to get that level. So I can get all the levels all the way around for the sockets. And with a trusty laser, what I've done, I've marked all the way along there. So that is 1200, and then keep them all nice and level to 1200 to there. And these are going to be heights for the equipment for the cellar and stuff. And I'll put the switch on there as well. And then look, you can see that faint line. I can turn it round a bit, but it's got 1200 over here. Let me just double check, because I trust the laser. Yeah, so I'm going to have to turn it round a bit just to make sure. Always double check with that laser, because I don't know, the floor could be off and it's level, but I just want to make sure that they're all exactly the same height. Because if they look wonky once your second fix, you're screwed. And then now to chop these ends off, so basically that's where the sockets want to be. You could cut them with some side cutters, but I've bought this, so I'm going to make it, well, I just want to use it basically. You got a new tool, so might as well make use of it. There we go, that's where your sockets want to be. I'm going to go along and do them all. Not a bad little bit of kit, this. I can see it's going to be handy for, yeah, a lot of jobs. Just makes it easier. What I tell you, I made it 10 times easier, just like that, all cut off at the nice height, nice and level, ready for me to put the boxes on, and then I'm going to wire it and get them into position basically, and put the rest of the nails in this capping, which, yeah, needs to be pushed back a bit. But yeah, so let's go. And before I'm going to put these boxes on the wall, I'm going to do the knockouts. It'll just be easier to pull these out now and put the grommets in. So that is what I'm going to do before I fix them to the wall. Give them a nice twist to make sure they're in. Perfect. They're ready to go on the wall, just like that. So what I've done for now is gone round putting all the boxes on, just so I can go around with my level, wherever that is, down here, and zip them up, because obviously that's not level. So I clip that to the bottom, turn the light on, and get it level, and zip them up so they're nice and level and not going anywhere. That's the plan. So then now to get some wiring, or get some more cables in. Basically, I'm going to put it on this drum so I can pull it off nice and easy. It's the plan. And this little cable jack from Super Rod. I'll tell you, the Super Rod kit, it is spot on. So I'm just going to put this together. Trying to think what else I need. I think I've got all the lighting circuit in, but so I won't need to shove any more drums on, because you can shove, what, 6 drums on this? It'll be spot on. So then let's put this bit of 4mm on it. Put the lid on it. Or the other half, should we say. And I've had this now for what? Nearly a year, 2 years? Not missed a beat. Not threaded, not broke, not nothing. It rolls around in the van and gets abused on site. Good bit of kit, get yourself one. Check in the description of this video, there'll be a link to where you can get all these from Amazon, and a load of other good bits as well, especially that little multi-tool, if you're a Makita man, mind you. Mind you, Milwaukee do one of them as well. All the brands do the same tools, let's be honest. And this one's for you guys that say you're a lanky git. Trust me, being a lanky git is a massive advantage sometimes. I ain't got to get off my steps to, let's get that over there, to move them along. Basically, I can just do this, straight on. I don't need to move my steps around. I'm no short ass. So all the times I was bullied for being a lanky git, and my nickname was actually Lanky Streak of Piss when I was an apprentice. But you guys are gutted now, ain't you? You fat asses need to get about and get on step ladders. No, not me, not me. Look at that, straight over. Beautiful. Yeah, I need to drop it into there, I know, but I haven't got to get any steps, have I? I sat there since I come in. And the reason for me just putting a couple of these in, one was to keep it level so I could get the socket in the right place, and two, so I can just do this. Now, bang that under there, that in there, and that is what I call spot on ish. Yeah. Clip that, a few more nails in that, tie them back, and I am laughing. I need to go down to that socket as well, but that is another project in a minute. So I need to get this to go down to this one as well. This is just a loop in and out, a little 4mm radial into there, into there. Yep, we'll chop it off there. Get these two in. Nice and easy. Over that little beam, nice and neat out of the way. Bend this open like a little door. Chuck that into that one. And then hopefully this one will, oh, needs to go over as well. So we'll get this one in there as well. Into that other one. This is just going to pick it up. And then look at this. We can just shove it in that capping. Put it in there like so. Because you know for definite where it wants to be. In there. In there, and it should go nice and flat as well. Because you think, if you come here in sort of, I don't know, 10, 20 years time, and you think you're going to change the wiring, then at least you can pull them through. Because this wall is getting dot and dabbed. And then normally, they'll dab straight over the cable. Good to hold it on, but you'll never pull them out again. So try and get them right down to the box. Because if anyone comes along later on and there's a problem with it, or a nail goes through it, it's crap just replacing it there or repairing the cable. You can, but if you can pull it out and pull a new one in, new leg in, it makes it 10 times better fix. So that's why I try and do that. I would normally put it in oval trunking, but like I say earlier on, didn't have any at the wholesalers. So this will do. Right, so after a load of these nails going in, which obviously we needed for the capping, I'm going to leave that lighting one for now, because I think I'm going to put some sort of outside light, because that's where they come in to bring the barrels into the cellar. So when the evening is a bit dark, shall I say, they might want a light out there to see what they're doing. So I've got all these clipped down. So now I've got them clipped down where they want to be, and I think I've got all the cables in the ceiling going that way. I'm going to tidy all these up with some clips. I'm going to do the banding in certain areas like that to hold them out of the way. But what I have got for in other areas is these metal clips. Because all we want to do is to make sure if there's a fire that none of these cables hang down. That is a regulation now as well, what we've got to abide by, to make sure, because of fire, and it's going to do something to the cables, it's going to be pretty bad anyway, isn't it? But we've got to put clips in to make sure that none of the cables hang down. I assume, so it's not a fire hazard for the fireman going in to put the fire out. They don't want to get electrocuted or trip over and stuff, trip hazards. Health and safety gone mad once again, but let's do it. Let's tidy it all up to make sure it doesn't fall down if there's a fire, because that banding is also metal, so it'll have to be a good heat for that to melt. To be honest with you, what I'm fixing to is the wood, so that'll catch fire and the screw will come out and possibly fall down anyway. I don't think of that. Well, let's hope there's not a fire, shall we? This area is all ready to go. I just want to tidy that cable up there. That's going to the emergency light above the door. Not fussed about that for the minute, because I want to bring some more cables across for the outside light. But we can tidy all these cables into the sockets and then clip all these down. All the clipping is done on the capping. We've had to bring Rocco in because, yeah, it's a bit warm out there today, look. So it's a bit warm in the van. So we brought him in here, but luckily he started clearing up the egg that the pigeons dropped. What's that, Rocco? Yeah, so you want to relax down here with your fan. Look, Rocco, I'll turn this on. Get that on. This is your bed for the day. In the shade. But no, you'll stand at the door. You just want to get out. No, not now. Later. So we're going to crack on with this room now. Get the sockets all on the walls, already clipped. So then this will be done as well. All fun and games here, you know. Tell me when it's come through, what? It's gone. Meant to tell me when it comes through the wall. It's come through the wall, but in our perfect position. Fantastic. So then let's do the other side and see where this comes through. Someone's put a stupid van in the way. Oh, sugar. So we've got it to go through there. This one, yeah, it comes off there a little bit, but we could still use that where we went down. And then we're going to come along, put another socket under there, and then put a socket here. It's going to be end of line. But then this one's got a different part because it didn't work out the same where I'm going to put that socket. Where, if I thought about it, I could have worked it out to be in the same area. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. So yeah, we're getting there, and tidy the cables up top as well. But it's warm today. He's still just chilling, doing nothing. But yeah, we'll carry on. We'll carry on. So we're cracking on. We're getting the sockets underneath the bar area bit all in, tidying up some of the cables at the top, ready to go. But I've got a question for you. For the end of line of the socket, look, they've got grommets in. I'm going to clip this back as well. This one hasn't got a grommet in, and this one hasn't got a grommet in, but that one has. So if you're clever enough to know, what would be the reason that that socket hasn't got any grommets in? Let me know in the comments. So that's me, nearly done, complete, all the capping on, all the boxes. And then I sit down and have a little chat with a customer and says, yeah, I've got these 35mm boxes on because you've got that special plasterboard going on, ain't you? So what are you on about? Basically, it's dot and dab. There's no special plasterboard, they're meant to be 25mm boxes. What else could you do but laugh? Even though you want to cry. I'll be honest, a little bit annoying, but what can you do? 25mm boxes, 25mm boxes. There was a bit of miscommunication about the 35. It happens. So then, basically I've got to come back anyway before the plasters can dot and dab. But we've got most of it in. We've got the switches. Yeah, I've left that out because that's a 25mm box now. And these are all 25 in here now. I managed to have a few on the van, because I've got to sort that wall out anyway. Like, I've got a switch on there, so I've got to see what's going there and see what that stuff is. But then this is where the new board's going to go. We've got a 10mm coming in and the circuit's going out, so that's going to go on there. That'll be fine, because I'm going to put the board on there and I'll sort that out. But these are 25 again now, and it all goes along, so we can basically, we've got this room done in effect. That one, yeah, they can board and plaster that if they want, but you know what I mean, board and plasterers, they'll want to come on and do the lot. So we've got to change all these boxes in here now, in this bar bit. Shouldn't be too bad, you know, but I haven't got any. And also I've got to get some more grommets, because yeah, I ran out of them as well. But hey ho. So this is the end of the first day. I got here at what, 9:30? It's sort of 20 to 5 now, so I don't think I've done too bad today. So if I can get cracking, I probably won't come back tomorrow, but I will come back this week to get this done, because I want to get it all done and dusted, then crack on. There's other things to do in the pub as well. So yeah, it'll be quick for you because it'll be a split second, but yeah, I'm not coming back tomorrow. See you next time. Well, that was quick, wasn't it? So it was quick for you. So now we're back here today, the next day, to obviously change all these sockets for 25s. And we've got some more grommets, because obviously I missed out a grommet down in this one down here. If you saw that video, I left the grommets out because I ran out. So now we've got some more. So we can stick the grommets in, change them to 25mm boxes for the plasters to crack on. Let's go. Oh, lovely, doing the work twice. Why not? Fun, isn't it? Take these grommets off of here. So now we've got a shed load of 35mm boxes with the knockouts knocked out of them for another job. What a bitch. There we go. There we go. But at least we know what's happening with these. So we can just do the same knockouts to get them in. This and this. We've got 4 in there. Over there. Sugar. Right, in there. Line up exactly the same. Oh. Just got to make sure it's level. Oh. And that, as I say, is a wrap. So everything's on and we're ready for the plasterers. So stay tuned and I'll take you through the next video about the second fix. Probably be a week or two. And the thing is, working here as well, I always wonder, can I get a go on that? I'll be able to drive one of them. Now check this out. Decent bit of kit. All I've got to do is put the bit of dusty mud down there, reverse her up, yep, make sure that I don't hit anything, checking my mirrors, just moving the mud around a little bit, you know, down the car park, just to get the piles down and to distribute it out. I'm basically trying to get the car park level. This is what he asked me to do. He said, have a go, Ben, but just get the car park level. So yeah, I tried to scrape a bit off so I can get it nice and level, move it around and get it in a pile ready to be taken away. Basically, you've got other lorries turning up that will take the dust away. All I've got to do is scrape it with the bucket to get it nice and level. That's my plan. I'm reversing it up, just trying to scrape it a bit.